Everybody, SoCal Thero here. Welcome to another episode of Diesel Brothers Truck Simulator. This game got a pretty big update to it, and I'll kind of go through all the stuff that we're going to be doing with these actually next two episodes, because this is going to take a while to do in one episode. But basically, we're going to be building a new truck. We're going to be doing one of these new trucks that's in this game, this extended long cab with pretty much looks like a limousine truck. It has 6 doors in total on it. As you can see, I've already ordered all the parts. They're starting to drop in. There's some up in the top right corner that are still delivering to us. There have been some changes with the game. There is now a tire mount and dismount machine here. There's a balancing machine for it. Here's a repair station, so now if parts are damaged, we can repair them. And then over here, we have a spring compressor now that we'll have to use for the front springs as well. So that's a few of the new items. Another thing that's new in the game, and it's a much welcome item. Oh, you know what? I didn't buy wheels and tires. I'll save that till later. Is now you can actually see what you're purchasing. It actually has the picture of the item that you're looking at here. You can also see now that we have different size wheels and tires, and based on the wheel size that you purchase is what size of the tire you'll have to purchase as well. So it'll even tell you here what size it fits, which is pretty cool. So we will be buying some wheels and tires. I don't know if we'll do it in this episode because there's a lot to go through here. We're going to go ahead, and while we're waiting for the rest of our parts to arrive, we're going to put some of the parts that we don't need immediately over here. Like, for instance, these new body panels. We can throw them in the trailer. Excuse me. So we're going to be taking these over to the paint shop eventually. It looks like they're white in color, but I think they're primered. I could be wrong. But either way, I think what I'm going to do is a black truck, just because it's a pretty amazing looking truck. As is, being as long as it's going to be. And I've never actually seen this show before. I've seen parts of it, I've heard about it. But from what I've seen and heard, they've done a truck like this before on the show, and that's where its fame comes from, is they actually doing a build of it. This is the frame. That's part of the frame. We might as well chuck that out here too. We're going to need that to start with. And then let's get this fender over here. So I did already do this episode prior to this recording, but unfortunately the desktop audio was completely muted. Apparently OBS had an update, and it in turn reset the audio for my desktop. Excuse me. So no surprise there that some sort of update had to drop and of course break my setup and my settings. So now we're going through and re-recording this again. So it's kind of okay though, because when I did the initial recording, I had never built this truck before, so I had no idea what all parts I had to order, and come to find out, there was pieces of the frame that I needed to add to. There was pieces of the exhaust that I needed to order and add to. There was pieces of the drive shaft. Like, this is definitely a piece I need to. That I had to add to too, because I kept forgetting to compensate for the fact that this is an extremely long truck. Why does this not look painted? Oh, it's just on that side, that's why. The inside of it. So, like I said, we do have a lot we're going to have to paint eventually here. I don't know if we're going to get into painting in this episode or we'll do it in the next episode. Let's see here. But I'm planning on this episode, based on what I had recorded earlier, to be at least 2 episodes long, because this can get pretty tedious and pretty long just running back and forth here with parts like I am. I won't need that till last. Okay, so kind of digging through our parts right now. I'm just pulling out the parts that I know I'm going to need right off the bat for the frame. And then also anything that's a body panel like this, I'm taking and chucking it in the trailer here. One of the updates that I was hoping we would see for this game was a extended trailer here, so it wasn't so small. We could get all of our parts taken over to the paint shop as needed. I'll need this as the drive shaft. I see another one in there somewhere. So I gotta kind of, all the parts just fall in, so I gotta kind of go through them here and see which ones I need immediately, which is gonna be mostly the frame for now. The beginning of the frame is already here though. I just need to transfer it over. That's a lift part. We'll throw that over there. Headlight, that'll be later on. And this is the front axle, so might as well throw that over there too. And again, with this update, you're still able to throw the parts like me and Ryan used to do too. So they don't get damaged or anything from lack of care when we're transferring them from the delivery area to the shop. Oh, there's another frame. Alright, for now, let's go ahead and get our frame moved over here. So, in storage, you'll see that we have all of these parts here. We have our engine, which we're going to go ahead and bring out here. We have our transmission, which we can't bring out yet. We have the bed, or the cab itself. We're going to go ahead and move that to the paint shop, so it's there and ready to go for when we work on it. Can't move the pickup bed there because we have the cab there, so we can only do one at a time. But, oh, I forgot to move the frame out here. Let's go ahead and go back to storage, and we're going to move our frame out here. And then we're actually going to just put the transmission straight into the truck if they'll let me. There we go. So we got our transmission there. We can go ahead and start putting these pieces on. I want to say, if I remembered right, it was 3 pieces to get this frame together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put all this on, and then we're going to, or actually it's 4, yeah. We're gonna test it out by trying to put the tailgate on it, or not tailgate. Why do I always say tailgate? It's the pickup bed. We just need the other part of the frame. There we go. Oh, no. Okay. I had quite a bit I ordered. I thought I grabbed all of them, but I guess not. It's a pretty long truck, so if I remember right, I required a lot of parts to get it to fit. And I still need one more for the other side, and then we'll be good to go here. There it is. And then if I throw the rear end on, let's see if that's enough. Management, transfer, storage, transfer this to here. And let me see if it's on the truck. Yep, it's on there. Cool. So we don't need it out here for now, so we can move it back into storage. We move this back to storage, and that'll make it easier for us to work on this truck. So got the engine. We might as well pick it up and get it ready to get put onto the frame. There we go. Attach. And let's, oh, come on. Let's move it out here. We'll leave it up for now because we still gotta find all of our parts here. I still gotta find, what are they? Engine mounts. Oh, there's one of them. So we'll need this, and then we need one more. That's the CPU. I'll need this. Might as well chuck this out here. And I think I saw the injectors. Yep, I'll need this too for the engine. We're just chucking the stuff as we see them. Radiator, we'll need this too. Might as well take that with us. There's the engine mount. Okay. We got our other engine mount now. We can go ahead and put the engine into the truck here. drop it down like so. Whoops. So I can't really look at that. And detach. And there we go. We got an engine in there now. And the transmission. So we can go ahead and start putting the engine together, which is just a few parts. Like I said, it's just these injectors. I'm missing the other injector. I gotta look for it. I'm hoping that the game doesn't have that issue where you buy too many parts and it launches them into the abyss. So hopefully I'll be able to find all the parts relatively simple here. Or easily, I should say. For the engine. It looks like I'm missing... I put the 2 injectors on, I put the CPU on, I just need the turbo now. So that looks like it. Yep, there it is. So the engine's put together. We can go ahead and put the radiator on front too, because we're not going to do anything else with that. Another update they did is, I got to put these in their chargers, is all of these are now in chargers. That's how you keep them there, and I think they wear out over time. I could be wrong. No. Okay. So they do wear out over time, but it's just basically the battery's going dead, so you may or may not have to change out to another one, which is pretty cool. Instead of buying all of them just so you and your buddies all have enough, you actually have to recharge them when they do go down, or they're not connected over time, so... Looks like we got the engine and everything assembled there. We're going to go ahead and put the exhaust manifolds on too, just because they're pretty easy to get to right now before I start putting the suspension together. So that was one of them, and I'm trying to find the other exhaust manifold. There it is. And that'll pretty much take care of everything on the engine that needs to be mounted. That's on the other side. So again, it's still pretty similar to how it was before. There are some, like I said, there are some changes, but it doesn't seem like, anyways, that from what I can tell from this game, because this update's been out for a while. I finally was looking for something to play the other day, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'll play that again, because it's been so long. But, it looks like they're not really, I hate to say this, but it doesn't seem like they're going through and keeping up with this game as far as progress is concerned. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of updates. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of mods out there for it too. There are some mods out for this game, but I don't know if it's just due to the complexity or the interest, but it doesn't seem like there's too much interest in this game anymore as far as getting all that stuff done is concerned. I mean, it's a fun game, don't get me wrong. I do very much enjoy it, and to be honest, if this is how you put a truck together, I've learned so much from this game in the way of how to assemble a lifted truck, because I had no idea how any of it worked. So it's definitely a fun game to play, regardless. If you don't mind going into it knowing what you know right now, I mean, it'll be well worth the money. Go ahead and put this on. I'm trying to get all these pieces put together that I can see just out of the corner of my eye here that I know they're going to need to go on eventually. And catalytic converter, I don't think... Oh yeah, it goes back here. Okay, so I can put that one on, put this one on, and put this resonator on. Just trying to get all these parts while I see them on. And with the exhaust system, it's pretty nice. You just have to put it on. You don't even have to bolt anything down in order to get it to, or in order to move on to the next piece, which is pretty cool. Makes it easier. This floating exhaust tip. Let's see here. That's the mirror. I'm looking for exhaust parts. There we go. That on. I'm trying to see if I see any other parts while I'm running around. I think I have to be careful too, because if I recall correctly, I did not, or I actually bought an additional part that was like a lower quality one that I didn't need. Oh, there's the exhaust tip, the other one I need. So the back end of the exhaust is pretty much done. Still putting drive shafts on. It's a big truck, trust me, you need all these parts. It looks absurd when it's all said and done. And for this truck, just like the other trucks that I built, I do plan on selling it, so I bought the best of everything you could. Obviously, I've made quite a bit of money doing it the last few times. I did a test run earlier to see how it would go. And then I did the truck, obviously, that I recorded, but the recording got messed up. And made quite a bit of money doing that. So when I do this truck will be a little different from that one, though. It'll have the complete everything done to it as far as the performance goes. Because on the truck I sold prior to this one, which was the one that didn't record right, I was missing some of the performance parts in the end, and I was like, it's good enough. There you go. So we almost got the entire exhaust system put on. We're just finding the last little bit of it here. And like I said, it's a lot, as you can see. All of that's put on now. We can go ahead and raise the frame up here a bit, and we can start mounting everything on here. We got a lot of bolts to take care of as far as the exhaust goes. Mount into the frame. We can mount the drive shafts too. Might as well do that while I'm here. And the transmission is mounted to the engine, so we're good there. We're just basically making our way back. There we go. With the exhaust and the drive shaft. I can't put in the rest of the drive shaft yet because, one, I don't know if I bought too many of those, and two, I don't have the rear end put in yet, so there's no way we can get that done just yet. For the painting, when I recorded it last time, I did record me painting, but I didn't know if that'd be something that you guys would want to see. Not much has changed with the painting, so I probably won't record me painting all the body panels. You'll just see on the next episode the panels show up and they're painted. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes with time management here. It'll be based on how well I do with this. So it looks like after these few little bolts here, the exhaust is put on, the drive shaft's put on. I can look and see. Yep, everything is fully installed right now that it is on it. So we can start looking into suspension work. We're definitely going to need this. This is one of the pieces for the rear end. Yep, right there. And I think I chucked the other one out here somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Okay. And that's a sway bar. We'll need that for the front. We'll kind of do some part organization here too while we're looking for specific parts. Like this is, what is this? That's the rear. That's the front, so look the same. I'll need this. Don't know if this is the front or the rear though. Oh, it's the rear. Okay. Let's see. That's the tight one. I bought, this is one of the parts that now that I remember. I bought one of those parts, but I didn't buy the correct one. So, there's the other one, that's the Titan version, which is supposed to be the best one. It's the most expensive. This is a control arm for the front. This is a suspension piece that we'll need, yep, for the front. So we'll throw that there. This is a mirror. We won't need this for a while, so we can leave that over there. This is an arm for the suspension, and it's not over here yet, so we can toss that down. This is the other mirror. We won't need this either for a while. So pretty much just kind of organizing and getting everything put together here. There's the other part of the front. Oh, there's the piece that I didn't need. This is a different one. Toss it over there. We'll sell it after it's all said and done. There's a fender I forgot. We can toss that over here too to be painted. Oops. Throw it over there. Man, that thing sounds cheap. Let's see here. We got the last rear piece, and now we can pretty much start bolting these together so we can keep adding, because it won't let you in until you get this all bolted on. We got those. Let's bolt these in. Oops. Trying to find that right spot there. Put those shock absorbers in, and oh, there we go. I knew there was something else I was forgetting. Did I not get the other side? Oh, I didn't get the other side of that yet. Okay. See if I can find that real quick. The drive shaft. I'll need this, so I might as well check this out here too. Oh, it's right next to the other one. Cool. That's the rear bumper. We won't need this until later on. That's all lift pieces. That's the front of the lift. That's for the rear axle. This is the other spring we got to compress, so you guys will see that. I'll put it here with the other one so I don't forget it. You guys will see how we have to compress them. It looks like we are missing parts, so I don't know if they fixed that issue yet or not, where parts just bounce into the abyss. I don't know if I can put this on yet either. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and slap that on. That's the upper arm there. That's not a part. I need this. This is the other side of upper arm. I don't see that part I need though, unless it's out here already and I just wasn't paying attention. Which could be the case. Could be the case there. Alright, well, for now we'll just leave it. I'll go ahead and slap these lift pieces on that I do know I'll need. Oops, there we go. I don't think I can put those on yet. I could probably put this one on. Yep. Kind of just as I go, I'm slapping them on here as I see them. That's the brake. I don't need that. Let's go on to this side. I seem to be doing a lot of work on that side and not enough over here. Throw that on. Okay, cool. It is going to let me put that on. I didn't think it would let me put that on so soon. This is for... Oh, there's that piece. That's the piece I've been looking for. Okay. Finally, got that piece too. And then... see if we can add more of the lift kit to it. Nope. Just, again, as I see them, I kind of know what they look like. I've gotten the hang of this game a lot better than I used to before. There's another lift kit piece. They're pretty similar to each other, so it makes it a little bit easier to find things like this. It's just, you have to look for the highlight for which side it goes to and whatnot if you don't take the time to read it, like I haven't been. I've been kind of rushing through so the episode and the build itself doesn't take that long. Let's see. Got this. Got most of the lift kit already put on. That's already good progress. We'll need that for the rear end. That's steering. Let's go ahead and toss that out there. A brake system. I'm trying to get everything that's floating. We'll need these. These are the steering arms. We'll need those eventually, so might as well bring them out here too. A little bit easier to find. More brakes, tail lights, that's the front, and that's the drive shaft, and mostly the front end. Okay. Go ahead and put this on. I think we could put these on now too. Or no, we can only put the one side, I bet, because the other side's not mounted on. Yeah, it's not mounted. Okay, I need to do some bolting. Let's see here. Go ahead and get this spring bolted on. Get this bolted on. Now that we did that, we can put this side on. In fact, let's do that while it's right here next to us. And keep it going. Put these leaf springs on. And then we'll just make our way to the front here. So drive shaft's completely on now. Whoops, 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 whoops. Stuck under the truck. Hitting my head all over the place. That's not bolting to anything, but you have to do it in order for it to recognize this piece here. Now it should let me. Yep. And where'd I toss my drill? There it is. So now we can bolt all these pieces on legitly. What is that? Oh, the upper arm. That's right. I still gotta do that. Right, I still had to mount that. Then we got all of this side to do. We're making pretty good progress on our frame and our suspension work so far. Almost got everything mounted in. Looks like anyways with bolts. Oh, let's do these two before we forget those. Alright, we can toss those down. I think we gotta put these arms on. Oh no, it's not the arms. The axle next? Yeah, axle is next. To the front. And then we do have to compress those springs. We'll do that too. Running around like a madman trying to figure out where all I need to be. We'll put this on. That's the front drive shaft. And we'll need these as well. Oh, might as well toss this out here. I don't think it's going to let us put on anything else without it, without it being bolted down. And you do get that frame drop still from the auto saves, and also when a new job comes across. That's still a thing, unfortunately. Alright. Axle should be mounted. All of that's mounted in now. Can I do this? Can't do that yet. Is it the lower control arm next? It's not that. What is next? It must be these springs, so... Or these struts, rather. Let's go ahead and compress them. So what you do is you put the strut in there, you left click here and hold to compress it, then right click to release, and you're done. And then as long as it's willing, yep, you can put the spring on. So we might as well do both of them right now. Fun fact, I've done this myself in real life for an Evo. Did it by hand though, didn't have a nice machine like this. And it's definitely not safe to do by hand. I do not recommend doing it for any car, because it's a good way if you mess it up to get yourself killed, because when that spring shoots back, it flies at incredible speed to where it's pretty much like getting shot. It's pretty gnarly, to say the least. Yep, we can start putting these on. Our steering arms, that one. But you'd think you would have a beefier one. They seem a little small for a lifted truck such as this. Alright, so we got those on. We almost got our front end together here. That's going to be pretty nice. Have that all nice and done. Oh, guess I missed a piece down here. Alright, looks like everything is put on there. We need our sway bar. We might as well put this in too. And I think we're on to wheel hubs now. That's for the rear, that's the brake. This is for the rears. So the fronts must be in here somewhere still. And there's probably a front. Nope. Front right side. Yeah, we're not ready for that yet. What are we missing? Oh, I see what we're missing. Chuck this out here real quick. Oh, that didn't go far. we're missing these. We gotta put these on. Yeah, I gotcha. So that one, and then this one, and then we should be able to start putting the wheel hubs on. But it won't let you do the wheel hubs until you mount these down. Alright, those are done. Let's see. Front left side. Yep, there we go. Now we're getting close. When you see wheel hubs going on, that's usually pretty much the end of it, as far as suspension work goes. Then it's just brakes and rotors from there. This is a rear. This is a rear. These must be the fronts. And you just buy front and rear, so it doesn't matter which side it goes to. And we might as well get these, because we'll need our calipers and pads. That's one, and this is the right side. There we go. And we just have to mount those down, and then we're on to the wheels. I haven't bought anything for the wheels yet, so that's pretty much all we can do for the front end until we get the wheels and tires in. Well, I guess we could put the front. No, we can't put the front bumper on because we don't have the cab yet. We can't even put the headlights in. Yeah, we can't do any of that yet. Okay. Need to finish on the rear end. Need to get this rear end done for this truck. So we have this in, we just have to mount it down, and then we'll be able to put our rear axle in and mount it in too. Which is right here. And it's got a lot of stuff to mount to it. There we go. I get the drive shaft to it. Now we pretty much have a rolling chassis here. We have the drivetrain all put in now. We have the suspension work done. So now we're on to we're chucking our tools. We're on the wheel hubs. Yep, we're on to the wheel hubs in the back, which means we're also on to brakes and calipers back here too. Go. We can chuck that down. That's the tail lights. That's the caliper we'll need. And this is a caliper we'll need too. Oops. And we need these rotors. I'm gonna chuck the tail lights out here just so I don't lose them, in case the game does something funky when I exit it until the next episode. And caliper. And then we just gotta mount these done, and then the rear end is pretty much done on this thing too. We'll check our work though. We'll check it real quick and see if it's missing anything. Nope, everything is fully installed. Okay. So mainly it's just body panels now that we need to do, and wheels and tires, and this thing's pretty much good to go as a truck. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here because this has been going for quite a while already. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. I am going to be doing a second part to this episode, basically, where I finish the truck and we get it taken to the auction, and we'll see how much we pull for it as far as money goes. But if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like down below. I do appreciate it as it helps me out. But until next time, take care.